I need every single one of you to hear this very clearly because the headline is not really complicated. It is not even ambiguous. It doesn't require any spin. Donald Trump surrendered. Iran won this war. That is the story, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the news. And everything I'm about to tell you proves it beyond any reasonable doubt.
Guys, I don't even know how to say this without sounding sarcastic. The lion has surrendered. Should I say the lion or am I being sarcastic? Because lions usually don't surrender, right? By the way, Donald J. Trump, the president of the divided states, has officially surrendered to Iran. I mean, if somebody told me years ago that this will happen, I would have probably called him a fake prophet, like for real. By the way, that's the news we have. Anyway, welcome to the Sahel Revolution. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and share this video. And please push that notification button so that every single time we upload a video, you'll be notified. Anyway, guys, welcome back, and I'm gonna. I don't even know how to say. I don't even know how to not laugh. But let Ezekiel take it away for you, because Ezekiel is one of my favorite YouTuber who really he's so good with analysis. Please follow his channel. I will put his put the link down. So please follow Ezekiel on Frontline Africa. I really like him. Yeah.
Let me take you back 24 hours because what happened yesterday was not a ceasefire. It was a confession, a surrender. It was the United States of America finally admitting through its actions that their 5 weeks of bombing, 5 weeks of assassinations, 5 weeks of threat that got more and more unhinged by the day was not enough to break Iran. Did not burn Iran, did not even move Iran 1 inch from where it was standing before the war began. This is what actually happened. On Tuesday morning, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that a whole civilization will die tonight. He said the 8 p.m. deadline will be one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. He said every bridge, every power plant, every piece of civilian infrastructure inside Iran was on the table. Legal experts around the world, including more than 100 American legal scholars, said what he was describing will constitute war crimes under international law. But does Donald Trump care about international law? That 8 p.m. that everyone was waiting for came. And what did the man who promised annihilation do? He agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. He agreed to suspend all offensive operations against Iran. He agreed that Iran's 10-point proposal was, in his own words, a workable basis on which to negotiate. He said almost all of the various points of past contention have been agreed to. He said the U.S. military had already met and exceeded all military objectives. This is according to Donald Trump's own alternate universe. Yes, he lives in an alternate, in a bubble, sort of. Now, let me translate that last part for you. When a leader who just threatened to erase a civilization suddenly says he have already achieved his military objective, that is not a victory speech. That is an exit speech, ladies and gentlemen. That is a man looking for the door and pretending he was heading that way all along. Because this is the truth. Iran rejected Trump's 15-point proposal. That was pretty clear. I established it yesterday in my last episode on this war. Iran rejected the 15-point American proposal that demanded Iran dismantle its nuclear facilities, limit its missiles, and basically surrender its sovereignty to the empire. Iran said no, of course. And then Iran wrote its own proposal, 10 points. And those 10 points are now the framework for negotiations, not the American 15-point plan. It is the Iranian plan. Now, I need to walk you through those 10 points because when you understand what Iran is actually demanding and what Donald Trump has called a workable plan, you will understand why he is losing his mind right now. point by point, this is what Iran is putting on the table. A permanent end to the war, not a pause, not a cooling off period, a permanent cessation of all hostilities, an end to attacks on Iran and all its allies. That means Hezbollah, that means the Houthis, that means Iraqi militias. Iran is basically telling the United States, you cannot sign a deal with us and then bomb our partners the next morning and call it a different conflict. It is the same war. Treat it as one. Then come the main point of contention, the Strait of Hormuz. And this is where the entire power dynamic of this whole war flips on its own head. Iran is not simply offering to reopen that strait. Iran is basically offering to manage it. Controlled passage through the Strait of Hormuz, coordinated with Iran's armed forces. This is a direct quote from Iran's Supreme National Security Council. Iran is saying every ship that passes through this waterway, the waterway that carries about 20% of the world's oil, does so under Iranian coordination. Iran's foreign minister confirmed that ships will pass through under coordination from Iran's military. Think about what that means, ladies and gentlemen, because for 40 years, the United States positioned itself as the guardian of the Strait of Hormuz. American aircraft carriers, American naval bases across the Gulf, trillions of dollars in military infrastructure, all designed to ensure that the oil kept flowing on Western tanks. And after 5 weeks of war, after all those bombs dropped both in Iran, Israel, Lebanon, and all those places, after all this threat and all the chaos, and after a whole civilization will die tonight rhetoric, the Strait of Hormuz is now operating under Iranian coordination. That is not a victory for the United States. That is a historic shift in who controls the most important energy choke point on the planet. And it does not even stop there, ladies and gentlemen. Iran wants every single sanctions lifted. Primary sanctions, secondary sanctions, UN Security Council resolutions, all of them gone. Iran wants its frozen asset released. Iran also wants reparations, compensation for the damage the United States and Israel have inflicted on its infrastructure over the last 5 weeks of relentless bombardment. Bridges were destroyed, universities were hit, hospitals damaged, petrochemical facilities reduced to rubble. Iran is saying, you broke it, you pay for it.
Oh my goodness. Did the lion surrender or am I being sarcastic? My goodness, I am so proudly Iranian. Like, seriously. They have showed Donald J. Trump Pepe. Is that what we call it in a Nigerian kind of sarcastic way? Anyway, guys, for now, take care. Let's see what's going on tomorrow. Because the divided state can be trusted, hey? So I don't even know whether the 10-point agreement that Iran delivered, is it really going to, like, is it a real thing? Because, you know, you can never sign a deal with the devil. And it seems like the leaders of the divided states are kind of devilish, to be quite honest. Anyway, guys.